Hello everyone. Myself CD Patil, Chetan Patil. I'm the assistant professor from Department of Electrical Engineering, Surrey Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. So for this semester, I'm taking the one subject which is most important as a point of electrical engineering view for your third year diploma. So the name of subject of industrial AC machines. So the name is given as industrial AC machine because this AC machine we are used in most widely in industry. That means it may be commercial applications, it may be residential applications, or it may be any industrial applications, residential, commercial as well as industrial applications. We are mostly use these AC machines. Now we are before going to start the subject, we are focusing or we are going to see the syllabus of these structures. So as per the MSVT schemes, the course title is of Industrial AC Machine, which has course code of 22523. Again, they have given the different parameters regarding that particular subjects. Now I'm moving towards the teaching and examination schemes. So here for this semester, this subject has teaching lecture, that is a theory lecture of 4 hours. Again, there is no any tutorials, and for practical lectures, for practical there are 2 hours for the practical. So total credit of this subject is of lecture plus theory plus lecture plus tutorial plus practical is of 6 hours. Again, for assessment of this course, that is assessment of this particular subject, so they have given the theory paper of 70 marks which have end some examinations, and for that particular subject we have to require minimum 28 marks for the passing, as well as for these theory subjects, progressive assessment is of 30 marks. Again, we are including this 70 plus 30, we are getting the 100 marks. We should require at least 40 marks for the passing. As well as the theory, they have given the practical sessions. Again, for the practical, end some examination has a 25 marks external examination, and for this you should require the minimum 10 marks for the passing. Again, for practical, again they have mentioned the progressive assessment separately for 25 marks, and the total is of 50 marks. So including this theory 100 marks and again practical 50 marks, so total weightage of this subject is of 150 marks. So instead of 150 marks, we are going to focus more and more on the application based the subjects. So again, I will go through the syllabus first. These are the list of the practicals. Now, totally there are the totally 5 units are there. We call it simply 5 topics are there for this industrial AC machine subjects. Now, before going to syllabus, the name is given as the industrial AC machine because for the aspects or we call the view of that particular design in the syllabus is to students should have the more and more knowledge. Students should have the more and more platform to use this knowledge or this machine theory into industrial applications. That means the students after completion of this particular subject or after completion of this particular course, the students are able to get survive in any industrial sectors we have which has the number of machines. You can know that you should you know that the any industry there are you require any electricity, and for applications of any industry mostly they have used the AC machines, and the AC machines have the main part of AC machine has the induction motors. So as the design concern, so they have for this particular topic, this particular subject, they have mentioned the 5 topics. As per the first is of 3-phase induction motors. Induction motors we are going deeply after that after reading this particular subject. So first unit of 3-phase induction motors. In that 3-phase induction, firstly I'm reading all the topic name. The first topic was 3-phase induction motors. Again, second topic of single phase induction motors. Previously it was 3-phase. Second it was single phase induction motors. Third, 3-phase alternators, which are used in different power generating stations. Again, fourth one, synchronous motors, which is used mostly for the power factor applications or where the application in which the synchronous speed is required. And last one, the fractional horsepower motors. As we know that fractional horsepower motors, which has reluctance motors, brushless DC motors, permanent magnet motors, these particular fractional horsepower motors we are used in a special application. So this particular fractional horsepower motors we call it the special purpose motors. So totally this industrial AC machine I call this per IAM subject has the 5 units. Mostly these topics are related with your AC machines only, and this is most important most important topics which are concerned to the industry applications. So we are going the first unit. It's a three-phase induction motors. So before starting the syllabus, I want to introduce about the what is the motor. So motor, this word motor, as we know as this particular motor, is nothing but it is an electromechanical device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy, as we seen in the second year DC machine and transformer subjects. So this particular motor has a motor is a nothing but electromechanical device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. So here for that particular reason we are focusing on the first topic, three-phase induction motors. So before that, the name is, we have already seen about the definition of motor. Now second part is induction. Induction, it is a process through which we are converting the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Again, next part is three phase and single phase. That is, I already told about the motor definition. I already told about the induction. What is induction? Induction is a process through which we are converting the electrical energy into mechanical energy. How it is possible? We are going deeply through the syllabus. Now, next part is the three phase. As we know that we have the supply system of either single phase or three phase. So we are going to first focus on the three phase induction motors. So in the syllabus, they have included the working principle of the induction three-phase induction motor, how this particular motor will operate. Again, the different parameters are there. Then the construction parts of the induction motor, it may be there is stator part, rotor part. Again, the different characteristics, or we call it speed control methods for power flow operations. Again, for operation or for starting of these motors, we require the different type of starters. Again, as after that, there again they mention the selection factors on through which depending on the applications, how we are going to select the motor for the typical application. All these terms, and again last part is the maintenance. So all these part we are going to study in the first topic, three-phase induction motors. Now I again I will go again back to the induction motors. Now for any industry, almost 85 to 90% motors are having the induction motors. You can search any industry where they are using the motor. It is mostly on the induction motor. Either they are used the three-phase or single-phase induction motors, because the induction motor has a lot of advantage compared to the DC motor. You already seen the DC machine or DC motor in the previous semester, second year semesters. So suppose I compare the three-phase induction motor with the DC motor, then the three-phase induction motor are more and more advantageous than the DC motors. Firstly, as we know that for DC, suppose I want to use the DC motor, so as I have the AC supply in my home, so I should convert the AC into DC through the rectifiers, and again by converting the this AC to DC, again I want to use this DC power supply to the this particular DC motors. So instead of converting AC to DC, I can use directly AC power which is available everywhere. So I can use this AC power directly to the motor to convert electrical energy to mechanical energy. Again, I will list out some of the advantage of the induction motor compared to DC motors. So again, as comparison of the DC motor, the induction motor has a very less, or we call it a low maintenance. Again, it has a very smaller size because it does not require that much space, and also it has, because of the smaller size, it has a smaller weight. Again, we are comparing the cost of both machines, the DC motor as well as the AC motor, simple called induction motor as well as DC motor. So induction motors are more and more cheaper, we call it less cost than the DC motors. Again, we can use the induction motor everywhere. If we call it in pumping areas, that means agriculture field or industrial field or anywhere in the industry, we are mostly use the induction motors. As well as for now we are going to consider the electrical characteristics. The induction motor has a better torque characteristics as compared to the DC motors. As we know that torque, you know the torque concept, the force concept of the motors. So induction motors, we have very easy, or we call it very sufficient, or that particular we call sufficient torque. The induction motor can produce a sufficient torque compared to DC motors, as well as the speed control of any induction motor is much easy than the speed control of DC machines. Now these are the advantage, and now going to the disadvantage of induction motors. Now again, one most of the part I skipped. Firstly, the induction motor has a high efficiency compared to the DC machines. How it is possible? We are going through the syllabus. Again, the some limitations are always there with the system. So induction motor as compared to DC motor, induction motor has a that much lower starting torque compared to DC motors. Again, somehow induction motor are operating on the lower power factor. So DC machine there is no any question of power factor, but somewhere in the system induction motor are using the lower power factor for its operations. Now we are going deeply for the first topic, that is for three-phase induction motor. Again, this is industrial AC machine, so we are moving to the three-phase induction motors. So for this particular video lecture, for the first lecture, these are the I will teach the first part of this particular first topic. So as a working principle of three-phase induction motor, production of the rotating magnetic field, synchronous speed, rotor speed and slip. Again, construction details of three-phase induction motors and the types of three-phase induction motors. So before going on the working principle, I directly switch on the construction details of three-phase induction motor. That means what exactly in the motor, three-phase induction motor, that compared to DC machines. So here, basically the induction motor has two main parts. So I call the stator, second one is the rotor. As the name indicates, stator, that means it's a stationary part, and again the rotor, it's nothing but a rotating part. So again, this is one of the structure we call one of the photograph, one of the image which shows the stator as well as the rotor. So particular this part I'm using the cursor here. So this part we have the nothing but a stator part, while this is the nothing but a rotor part, because this stator has a winding in it here. So this particular winding does not have any type of movement. So we call this is a stationary part, this is a constant part, this is a stable part. So we call this stationary part as a stator, while now this is a part of rotor. I moving the cursor on this particular image. So this part is nothing but a rotor, because this is the rotating part. Now what we are going to do, this rotor part we are inserting in the stator part. That means there are two parts, stator as well as the rotor. So this stator part is nothing but a stationary part, so we call the stator. Again, this rotor we call the rotating part, so we call this the rotors. So we are going to move on the first part, that is of stator parts. So again, this is some diagrams or some images of the stator part. As I mentioned, the stator is a stationary electrical part of motor. There is no any rotating parts in the stator. We call stator part. So basically, stator has a number of we call the number of holes, or simply called as a we have provided the number of number of housing the conductors, or we call the number of coils are connected here. We simply call that this is a winding. We are wounding the wires, we are wounding the part, we are wounding the copper wires in the particularly this one, that means called as a stator parts. So here I will firstly, this is nothing but the number of slots we can show. This is a number of slots are there in which we are providing the winding. That means for the different number of parts, for different number of slots, we are inserting the different windings. And again, suppose I complete the winding process, I will look like these structures. And this is again one image which is complete showing the this particularly image of the stators. So stator, actually what will happen, the stator has a stationary part, as I mentioned. So this particular stationary part is nothing but is that called as an only winding. There is no any rotating part. We have only wounding the conductor in the stator slots. I call this particular this slots I call the stator slot, in which I am wounding the conductor. I have copper wire, just I am inserting this copper wire in the different slots, so that or through which I can get this particular structure I call the stator winding. So here I mentioned the stator. the stator has a different number of slots in which the conductors are housing. That means we are placing the conductor in that particular the different stator slots. Slots, it is a place in which we are mounting, we are going to place, we are placing the conductor. म्हणजे हे जे स्लॉट्स आहेत हे ह्याच्यामध्ये पूर्ण आपण कंडक्टर जे आहेत आपण इथं त्यामध्ये फिट करतोय, फिक्स करतोय किंवा वाइंडिंग मध्ये या कंडक्टर मध्ये आपण पूर्ण स्टेटरच्या स्लॉट मध्ये आपण काय करतोय तर कंडक्टर इथं फक्त वाउंड करतोय किंवा फिक्स करतोय. नाव द कंडक्टर्स ॲज वी नो दॅट दिस इज stator of three-phase induction motor. So as per the three phase, we have R phase, Y phase, and B phase. Okay, so we are making a group of phases. That means what we are doing, we are having the different number of slots here. Suppose I call there the totally, suppose I call the 30 slots are there. Just for example, I'm taking there are total 30 slots are there. Then for 10 slots are for R phase, 10 slots are for Y phase, and 10 slots are for the B phase. That means all slots having the equal number of slots for each phase. That means 10 for our first phase, that is R phase, 10 remaining 10 for Y phase, and remain last 10 for the B phase. Now here this is the one figure, one structure we are this is one image we showing that particularly this we are inserting the conductor, we are wounding the conductor here, and this is the complete loop of the stator winding. Now here there are again some glimpses or some called there are some images are there here. Now this is a complete, this is you can show here, you can see here, this is the number of slots here. That means here these are the total number of slots in which we can form, this is the nothing but a stator conductors. You can see here this is nothing but a stator conductors. I called as I told earlier, so each phase, that is R phase, Y phase, B phase, has equal number of slots. Accordingly, these three phase wires or three phase are connected in the system, or three different coils are connected in the system. Now these three, the end of these three wires may connected in star connections or delta connections. According to the requirement, the stator may be connected in star connection or it is a delta connection. The star connection are the different, again as per the different as per the requirement of electrical parameters. The stator winding may connect in the star connections or it may connect in the delta connections. Then this is a overall loop of the particular stator. This is a part of the frame here. This is a I shown here the total outer frame in which I am housing, in which I am placing the stator winding. As I told, the stator, that means stationary part. So there is no any rotating part. The stator is nothing but a stationary part. So I'm just providing this stator in the particular this outer part. I call this the core. This is the outer structure in which I'm placing my stator conductors. And in which this part is middle part in which I am inserting the rotors. Now the main function of stator is to produce the flux. That means, as I told earlier, I am connecting the stator winding to the supply system. This stator winding R, Y, and B phase, three phases are there, and three phases I am connecting the three phase supply system. Once the currents are flowing through these particular conductors, now according to Faraday's law, the fluxes are produced in the conductor. This part which we'll see, which we will see in the next part, it's the working principle of the induction motors. So this is a part of stator winding. Now we are moving the rotor. This is nothing but a rotor, or simply rotor, it is nothing but rotating parts. So again I mentioned here, for three-phase induction motor there are two types of rotors. There are two types of rotor, namely as first it's called as a squirrel cage rotor, and second one it's a slip ring rotor. If the motor has a squirrel cage rotor here, if the motor has a squirrel cage rotor, then we call this motor is nothing but a squirrel cage induction motor. म्हणजे ज्या प्रकारचा कुठल्या प्रकारचा रोटर इथे वापरला त्यानुसार त्या मोटरला नाव दिलं जातं. म्हणजे सपोज मी जर स्क्विरल केज रोटर वापरलं असेल तर त्या मोटरला नाव दिलं स्क्विरल केज इंडक्शन मोटर. देन सपोज आय यूज द स्लिप रिंग rotor, then I call this motor is nothing but a slip ring induction motors. So we are going on the first part, that is the squirrel cage induction motors. Now the first part, the squirrel cage induction rotor. Here the rotor winding is composed of copper bars embedded in the rotor slots and shorted at both end by end rings. Now I will show the image of this particular squirrel cage rotor. Now again I shows this particular, this is nothing but a squirrel cage rotors. You can show here. So here in the rotor there is no any winding. So for squirrel cage induction motor there is no any winding. Simply we are providing the this is nothing but bars. So this is the part of shaft as shown in the figure, that's particular image. This is nothing but a shaft on which I am providing the different here the rotating the rotor parts. So here you can show this, I can show this, this is nothing but a blades, fan blades or something simply for cooling purpose. Now here this is this one, you can show by the white color, this is the somewhat skewed, somewhat there is no any straight line, there's something, the inclined lines are there, I call it skewed lines are there. So this is nothing but a rotor conductors. Here there is no any special winding, as we are providing, as we are having the winding in the stator only, but for the rotor there is no any winding for squirrel cage motors. Squirrel cage motor has only the conductor bars. सिंपली काय करायचं जातं, अल्युमिनियम जे मटेरियल आहे किंवा कॉपरचे मटेरियल आहे, ते कॉपर मटेरियलचे बार्स जे असतात, म्हणजे आपली जे सळी असते जशी, जसं आपण बार म्हणतोय, ते फक्त या रोटर मध्ये फक्त यामध्ये फिट केलेले असतात फॉर द स्क्विरल केज इंडक्शन मोटर्स. इथे यू कॅन शो हिअर अल्युमिनियम बार्स और रोटर वाइंडिंग. हे जे तुम्हाला तिरकं जे लाईन दिसतं त्याच्यामध्ये व्हाईट कलर, इट इज नथिंग बट अ रोटर कंडक्टर्स. सिंपली ते फॉर द फिगर दे आर शोविंग द अल्युमिनियम मटेरियल. समटाइम्स दे मे यूज ऍज अ कॉपर, बट compared to copper, aluminum is so much cheaper. म्हणजे अल्युमिनियम हे मटेरियल खूप स्वस्त आहे compared to copper, as well as it has a lighter weight. म्हणजे हे वजनानं हलक आहे. इट कॅन बी मेड, हे लाइटर वेट असल्यामुळे टोटल ह्याचं वेट कमी होतं. सो वी कॅन इन्स्टेड ऑफ कॉपर वी कॅन यूज द अल्युमिनियम. सो इथं जे व्हाईट कलर दिसतं, इट इज नथिंग बट अल्युमिनियम कंडक्टर्स. आय एम इन्सर्टिंग दिस अल्युमिनियम बार्स इन द रोटर स्ट्रक्चर. नो दॅट हिअर for this squirrel cage motor there is no any winding in the rotor, only winding is in stator, but there is no any winding in the rotor. This is nothing but a squirrel cage. The name is given as a squirrel. Squirrel म्हणजे in मराठी we called, जे मराठीला आपण त्याला खार म्हणतो किंवा खारुताई म्हणतोय, आणि केज म्हणजे पिंजरा. म्हणजे this is squirrel cage motor has, we can show this is the bars I shown in the white color, and this is a conducting bars. म्हणजे जे आहे, जे बार्स आहेत, तिरके तिरके जे बार्स आहेत, हे असे स्ट्रक्चर दिसेल इथं. आणि जे ऍट द एंड ऑफ ऑल द, दॅट इज दिस इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट, दिस इज द वन एंड ऑफ द बार, दिस इज अनदर एंड ऑफ बार, अँड ऍट द ईच एंड ऑफ द बार्स आय एम प्रोव्हाइडिंग द एंड रिंग्स. म्हणजे मी इथं काय केलंय, हे पूर्ण जे बार्स आहेत, म्हणजे इथं हा फर्स्ट बार आहे, सेकंड बार आहे, थर्ड बार, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, गोइंग ऑन. I'm connecting all the end of this particular bars by I'm making as a closed loop. I called a ring. म्हणजे हे जे पर्टिक्युलरली जे अल्युमिनियम जे कंडक्टर्सचे बार्स आहेत, मी काय केलं इथं हे सगळे एकमेकाला जॉईन केलं बाय युझिंग अ अल्युमिनियम रिंग. ऍज वेल एज फॉर दिस एंड आय एम ऑल्सो कनेक्टिंग द रिंग. म्हणजे मी काय केलं, हे अल्युमिनियमचे जे बार्स आहेत, हे बार्स मी काय केले इथं, म्हणजे इथं मी शॉर्ट सर्किट केलंय, म्हणजे या एंडला क्लोज केलं, एकमेकाला कनेक्ट केले. And as well as for this I am short circuiting the rotor bars by using the aluminum conductors. म्हणजे aluminum ring, I am using the aluminum ring. By using the aluminum ring I am short circuiting the rotor conductor, rotor bars. I am short circuiting the rotor conductors by using aluminum ring. This is nothing but this is nothing but an aluminum bars, and this is nothing but an aluminum ring through which I am short circuiting the rotor conductors. So I can show this particular, this is the rotor cage, this is the rotor bars, and this nothing but this one I'm showing the cursor, this one and this one I'm having the rotor bars. I'm connecting this rotor, I called a ring. This is aluminum ring. हा जो पार्ट, हा जो बाहेरचा गोल्ड स्ट्रक्चर दिसतो, अल्युमिनियम रिंग आहे. आणि हा रिंग, हे रिंग जो आहे तो इथं कनेक्टेड आहे, हा पूर्ण पार्टला. आणि जो मागचा रिंग आहे तो इथं कनेक्टेड आहे. आणि ह्याच्यामध्ये मी काय केले, हे सगळे रोटर बार इथे मी एकमेकाला जोडलेले आहे. सो दिस पर्टिक्युलर टाइप इज नथिंग बट अ स्क्विरल केज इंडक्शन मोटर. So know that squirrel cage induction motor doesn't have any type of winding. So it has only the rotor bars and the short circuited rings. So again it has some advantage. Here this is simple structure, it has a lower cost compared to slippery induction motor. It is robust, it has a lower maintenance. Then we are moving towards the this slip ring induction motor, it is also known as the wound rotor type. So here I will show the images of the slip ring induction motors. So here in the slip ring induction motors, we are providing winding in a rotor as well as in the stator. म्हणजे स्टेटरला तर ऑलरेडी वाइंडिंग असणारच आहे, पण स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर इट इज नथिंग बट अ वाउंड रोटर मोटर. सो हियर स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर वी आर प्रोव्हाइडिंग द वाइंडिंग इन द रोटर. स्क्वेअर केज मध्ये रोटर नाही, फक्त बार्स आहेत. मात्र स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर मध्ये कंपल्सरी वी शुड प्रोव्हाइड द rotor winding. So here again the rotor slots are there. This you can show here. This completed the rotor slots are there. Slot म्हणजे काय, तिथं आपण जे कंडक्टर आपण जे फिट करतो ती जागा म्हणजे स्लॉट किंवा स्लॉट्स. वी आर प्रोव्हाइडिंग द स्लॉट्स टू housing to place the conductors or place the conductors. Again there are 3 wires are there. This is R phase, Y phase, B phase. म्हणजे सगळे काय करायचं, जसं आपण स्टेटरला सांगितलं की बाबा प्रत्येक R phase ला 10 slot, Y phase ला 10, B phase ला 10. Similar way for this rotor also we are making a group of 10. For example, we are making a same group for R phase, Y phase, B phase. And suppose I call this R phase, and the end of this R1 B phase I am connecting to the slip rings here. हे जे तुम्हाला दिसतं हे वाइंडिंग, ह्याच्यामध्ये बघा हे पूर्ण स्लॉट मध्ये मी वाइंडिंग मध्ये इन्सर्ट केलेलं, वाइंडिंग प्लेस केलं, वाइंडिंग हाऊस केलं, अँड ऑल द वाइंडिंग्स आय कनेक्टेड टू द स्लिप रिंग. म्हणजे काय करायचं, यू कॅन शो हियर देर आर टोटली 3 रिंग्स आर देअर. दिस इज फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड. There are totally 3 rings are there. Here 3 rings are there. And now I'm connecting all these rotor conductors to respect to different rings, and through which I'm taking this outer the supply system. Again, this is a connection diagram of the slip ring induction motors. You can show here. This is R phase winding. This is the Y phase winding. This is B phase winding. Now this is shaft. Now ऑल दिस पार्ट मी तर काय केलं, हे रोटर पण स्टेटरला सांगितलं की स्टेटर तुम्ही वाइंडिंग स्टार किंवा डेल्टा जोडू शकता. तसंच रोटर वाइंडिंग मध्ये स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर मध्ये वी आर कनेक्टिंग ऑल दिस पार्ट इन स्टार कनेक्शन. इथे आपण हे तिन्ही फेज एकत्र करून स्टारला जोडले, आणि रिमेनिंग जे दुसरं टोक आहे प्रत्येक फेजचं आय एम कनेक्टिंग टू द स्लिप रिंग. हे स्लिप रिंग आय एम कनेक्टिंग टू द वन एंड ऑफ द कंडक्टर, दॅट इज वन एंड ऑफ द दिस पर्टिक्युलरली रोटर वाइंडिंग. And again this is a nothing but I am providing the brush on the slip rings through which I can add some external resistance. These slip ring induction motors are mostly used where we require the high starting torque. Similarly, whenever suppose I consider the DC motor, when I require the high starting torque I use DC series motor. But here for induction motor, suppose I want to get the high starting torque, I should use the स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर्स. जर तुम्हाला कॉन्स्टंट स्पीड मोटर हवी असेल, यू शुड चूज द स्क्विरल केज इंडक्शन मोटर्स. इफ यू वॉन्ट टू गेट हाय स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क, यू शुड प्रेफर फॉर द स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर्स. नाउ again it has again different advantages. The slip ring induction motor, slip ring rotor has a winding, as I said earlier. The winding terminals can be connected to the external circuit through slip rings and brushes. And again easy to control speed, but it has a more expensive, that is the cost of the slip ring induction motors is more compared to the squirrel cage induction motors. Okay, this is nothing but the construction details of stator as well as rotor. As I said, stator is nothing but a stationary part which is only used to house, to provide the flux, to house the conducting part. That means in the stator there is no any rotating part, we are only having the winding in the stator. But in the rotor has a rotating part. Again rotor has a 2 types. First, it's a squirrel cage induction motor. Second, slip ring induction motor. As I said, in the first, squirrel cage induction motor doesn't have any type of winding, it has only the rotor bars. But slip ring induction motor has again the rotor winding. स्क्विरल केज मध्ये कुठल्याही प्रकारचं रोटर वाइंडिंग नसते, बट स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर मध्ये वी आर प्रोव्हाइडिंग द सेपरेट रोटर वाइंडिंग. and this rotor winding, again I said, this rotor winding I'm connecting to the slip ring through the brushes, and by using this structure I can call this is nothing but a slip ring induction motor. So this is a part of construction of the induction motors.